Hello everyone. Today in our seminar, we would like to talk about how piano's body are made. For introduction, piano is a string keyboard instrument in which the strings are struck by wooden hammer that are coated with a softer material. Modern hammer are covered with a dense wool felt. Some early piano used leather. It is played using a keyboard, which is a row of keys, small level, that the performer press down or strike with the finger and thumb of both hands to cause the hammer to strike the string. It was invented in Italy by Bartolomeo Cristofori around the year 1700. Laminated wood ventured to form the rim. The photograph below show wood venture that are glued together lengthwise to form a layer of the piano string. These layers are joined together to make a single long board by being glued and laminated. The number of lamination of this layer varies depending on the model, but it is usually from 6 to 10. Once the long laminated wood board is complete, it is placed in a press that uses high frequency energy to heat the wood and hydraulic pressure to press the board in a large mold that have the distinguished shape of the piano case. Resin impregnated paper is then glued to the outside of the rim to provide a receptive surface for later finishing process. The inner rim that forms a frame on the inside of the rim is made in a similar fashion. On the first photograph, you can see the mahogany veneer used for the outermost layer of the rim on a model that have wood grain finish. On the second picture, you can see a single joint board for the rim. On the third picture, you can see the rim after pressing. Combining the inner and outer rim. The inner that support the curve control of the outer rim is assembled with a straight beam to form the structural framework of the piano. The beam notched into the inner rim using traditional dovetail joint and the surface is plain flat. The soundboard will later rest on the inner rim, which is milled to accommodate it. The top of the soundboard has a crown, a slight dome that arch upward toward the string, and the top surface of the inner rim is cut to match its slope angle. In addition, a number of reinforcement ribs are glued to the underside of the soundboard, and slots are milled into the inner rim where these ribs will fit. Finally, the outer rim, which has been seasoned at a specific temperature and humidity, is joined with the inner rim into a single unit using high-frequency induction heating. So, in the first picture, you can see the beams are fit into the curved inner layer. On the second picture, you can see the dovetail joint formed by an interlocking tenon and more steel. On the third picture, slot of the rim are milled in a curved inner layer. On the fourth bit, you can see the outer layer and curved inner layer are bonded together. So for finishing, a robotic system is used for the finishing process. First, an undercoat is sprayed on and kept warm so that it dry and harden quickly. The final top coat is applied in the form of an extremely fine mist, following by a polish process that results in an attractive beauty and finished product. So in the first picture, you can see the robotic system applying the undercoat, and in the second picture, you can see the complex curved surface is beautifully polished.
And next, I want to explain how to making the soundboard, the part that determine tune. The soundboard is the heart of the piano, and how it is made is an important process in terms of sound. The soundboard is a thin wooden sheet made from carefully selected Sitka spruce or Japanese spruce. Before being used, the wood is dried or kiln dried to a specific moisture content. The soundboard is assembled from many small planks that are glued together edge to edge. The last sheet is cut into the desired shape and planed down to the proper thickness. It is then seasoned dried specifically to match the climate condition where the buyer of the piano live. Ribs are then glued to the underside of the soundboard in a direction perpendicular to the grain of the individual board in the soundboard. This is done so that the sound vibration are transmit uniformly throughout the whole soundboard and serve to reinforce and stiffen the soundboard, which is weak horizontally, The long bridge and the short bridge are attached to the side opposite of the rib. The first picture is the long bridge and short bridge are attached to the top of the soundboard. And the second picture is playing the rib for a concert grand piano. Next, attach the frame and the body is complete. Once the finish, soundboard is set in place on the inner rim and the metal frame attached. The piano is complete. The frame is basically cast iron mixed with some additional metals for acoustic properties. The metals are mixed and poured into a mold made of sand to cool and harden. The frame weight anywhere around 100 to 150 kilogram. And this is pictured the attaching the frame. For the conclusion, in a nutshell, piano has many different parts from the body. For example, the keyboard, the strings, installing the lead, and the finishing. Only the body could take around 3 weeks to make it hard to make a piano, and it's why piano are one of the most expensive instrument to buy. I think that's all from me and Najib. Thank you.